Good evening, everybody. Welcome to your Thursday evening Facebook Live. My name is Sarah Edwards. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I come to you guys live every Tuesday and Thursday at 7 to show you a fun new project. So thank you for bearing with me on Tuesday for going live on early. I should have brought my painting out because it turned out really cute. Jessica, Christina, and I went and did a painting class at the local library, and I literally got back at like 7:02, so I probably could have made it for the live at 7, but I didn't want to stress. I was super excited to show my painting to my husband because he was like, "Are you sure it's not a paint by numbers?" And it really wasn't. It was so much fun, and I cannot wait to do that again. But thank you for bearing with me on that. But today we are good and ready to go. I actually got up really early, got out of my nighttime pajamas and into my daytime pajamas so I could come out into the craft room and work all day. And then my husband says, "Hey, do you mind running an errand with me?" And I was like, "Does it require me to get out of my daytime pajamas?" And he was like, "Yeah, I'm sorry, it does." Literally, I thought that was the rudest thing he has ever said to me is I had to get out of my daytime pajamas to run an errand with him. But we did that. It didn't take too long. Got back home and started prepping for card class on Saturday. Oh my goodness. They are so fun and so cute. I literally cannot wait to show you guys. You're going to have so much fun putting them together. I've had a blast putting them all the little packets together, all the little tiny bits and pieces, and so much fun. So tonight's card is one of the sets we will be using on Saturday. I don't think this is one of the cards we're going to be doing. I still have one more card to prep, but I'm not 100% sure which one I want quite yet. But it is definitely a possibility. It is that cute. So sorry, my phone is going off and it's my children talking, and they should be watching my live and not talking amongst themselves. Okay. We have lots to do today, so let me flip you over. Good evening, Lisa. If you're logging on, say hi so I know you're here. Okay, so this is, sorry, the lighting will adjust in a second. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. There we go. Okay, so this is an online exclusive. So it's not printed in any catalogs or anything. There's a few items that are in the online exclusive, and I'm going to show you how to look that up in a second. But this is the Rhino Ready set. I know it's kind of hard to see. I'll pull in the full sets in a second. But this is another of the online exclusives. So let me bring in my laptop. Hopefully this works. I've never done this. Oh, and it's upside down. There we go. So if you go into your Internet Explorer, you can type in Stampin' Up. Nope, my earpads or iPad or whatever they are connected. So it says online exclusive. If you just tap on, sorry, I was looking at it and I didn't make sure I was back on the screen. So on the Stampin' Up! Home screen, if you click on online exclusives, it is going to take you, that was kits I clicked on. There we go. Click on the online exclusive. And then once you scroll down, you'll see everything that is just available online. Do keep an eye out for the French sentiments. You can totally get French sentiments if you want. I accidentally did that on a couple, but make sure that you're clicking the English. But there's lots of online exclusives, so that's how you can look at each one of them. This is the one we're going to be playing with today, the Rhino Ready. Hopefully the computer is showing on the computer, but this is the set that we are definitely going to be playing with tonight. Okay, so let me set my laptop up, or my iPad, so I can make sure I can see comments. And I will show you guys the card we are going to be making. Okay, so we are live, we're ready. Let's bring in the stamp set and the coordinating dies. So this is the Rhino Ready. You get 3 of the rhinoceroses. I don't know if that's how you pronounce pluralized rhinoceros. But I love all of the sentiments, and these little guys are so stinking cute. And it does have dies to cut out each one of them, plus more. So these little trees, literally they look like the safari trees, and you get 2 sizes. It is just so much fun. The 3 rhinoceros, you get a little birthday hat, the little squeaky thing for his toy. You get the kind of the trees that go on, or the leaves that go on top of the trees. Literally, I've had so much fun. We are definitely at least making one card with this set on Saturday, possibly two. I haven't quite decided. But then I brought in the handy dandy, amazing stitched stylus shape dies. We are going to be using the largest square and the second square on these guys. These are on low inventory, so if you do not have them in your collection, I would definitely get them. Good evening, Stephanie and Heather. Yes, the Rhinos are so cute. I am going to pull in the little party hat as well. So I'm going to pull that out. And the first card we're going to do from start to finish, and then the other two are already done. But this is what we're going to be making tonight. So what I did is I went into my ribbon area to see what color ribbons I had. I didn't have polished pink, but I was like, oh, I could color our balmy blue and make it polished pink. It wasn't a huge success because they're kind of the same color tone, being in the lighter colors. So it didn't get as pronounced as the polished pink. I forget the name of it. I've said it too many times. But it still works. So then I decided, well, I have, let's see, this one is, I'm losing my names, Parakeet Party. I do have Tahitian Tide, and I do have Sweet Sorbet. So let's use this ribbon that I do have, and we will make the cards using those colors. So the first one we're going to be doing is the Sweet Sorbet. So in my description before we went live, I said to cut your cardstock at 4 1/4 by 11 and score it at 5 1/2. My other two are exactly like that, but apparently I was sleeping when I cut this one. So this is our normal cardstock, which is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2 scored at 4 1/4. And it will still work. I just sometimes like to change it up a little bit, but apparently I was working a lot in the craft room today, so that it does not surprise me. So then I have two pieces of, or I have one piece of our Very Vanilla. This is 4 by 5 1/4. Our amazing designer series paper. I actually forgot to bring that in. It is the Like an Animal 12 by 12 designer series paper. It is so fun and so cute. Just like all of our paper. I literally am obsessed with it. And the other side is all the metallic colors. Absolutely stunning. So that's the paper pack that I used. And this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. So we're going to take our designer series paper and this 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 inch square piece of the same color, which is Sweet Sorbet. I don't know what is wrong with my brain today. And we're going to do some cutting on these two pieces. So I'm going to set everything to the side and bring in the embossing machine. I'll just put it halfway in because he's a little big and he takes up so much room. So I'm going to put all my plates in. And my first one I'm going to go ahead and cut is the designer series paper. So I'm going to cut the designer series paper with the largest square. So I'm going to kind of tuck it up towards the top, leaving a nice band at the bottom. And you just kind of want to eyeball it and make sure it's even on all 3 sides. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Run this through. There we go. Run it one more time back just to make sure it cut through, and it usually does the first time. So there's our first piece. And then I'm going to take our 3 1/4 inch square and I'm going to line this up in the center. And I am going to take the little party hat and put right in the middle. And close this up. Run this through. These actually might fit in the mini machine as well. I have the plates over here. Let me see if these stylish shape dies will fit. Oh, it does. So if you have the mini machine, they will definitely fit in there. And all of the little rhinos will fit as well. We're not going to use this piece. That's why I went ahead and cut it out of the center. So we are going to use this square that we cut the center out, and we're going to use the little party hats. So what I did is I went ahead and flipped over my designer series paper. You could use either side of it if you wanted to. I'm going to stick with the kind of leopard. And I just want to take a couple mini glue dots. I did use liquid glue a little bit on my first card, and it worked okay. It was just it slid a little bit. So you just kind of have to be gentle with it and give it a little bit of time to dry. So I just put one in each corner, and I'm just going to come over here and hover over, and I'm just going to line this up. Doesn't have to be anything perfect. You're just going to try to do your best. There we go. I think that lines up pretty well. And then we're just going to glue this down to our Very Vanilla. I use Very Vanilla because we're using more of the neutrals, and I love like the browns together. So that's why I chose Very Vanilla. And I actually don't use Very Vanilla very often. I'm going to put adhesive on the back, and we can go ahead and glue this down. Well, I give that a hot second to kind of adhere together. I'm going to bring in my ribbon, and I just want to trim this to have enough to wrap around both sides. So that looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and put some mini glue dots on each end. I like to put them both on at the same time, so then when I pull it off, it's just a little bit easier sometimes. Well, if you can get it off. There we go. Then we can pick this up, wrap this around, secure it to the back, and now we can glue this to our base. So this is actually a super easy card to put together. And I did cut my piece for the inside, but silly me cut the basic white instead of the Very Vanilla. So I do have the basic white here. I usually don't stamp on the inside, but I didn't do a sentiment on the outside, so I will stamp on the inside. But I want to wait to get the Very Vanilla. So there is our card, and we can put our little bow on it. We're kind of going a little bit backwards. We're decorating the entire card before we do the inside piece. So I'm going to put the little bow in the center. And then I want to grab, well, I know I cut all of my little rhinoceroses out. I wonder if I left them on my desk. Hold on, otherwise we'll have to stamp him again, which isn't tragic. Oh, no, he's sitting right on my desk. So I already stamped and cut the rhinoceros out just to kind of save a little bit of time. But I just wanted to show you how I colored him. My original one I did in more gray tones, but this one I'm going to do more in our brown tones. But I am going to take the Sweet Sorbet Dark, and I want to color his toenails. Every rhinoceros needs to have a pretty pedicure. And sorry if my head's in the camera. The little toenails are so tiny that I can't do this standing up. And I'm still trying to talk while I do it. Okay, so there's that. So I'm going to come in with the light crumb cake. And it's actually a really easy color. It's kind of a nice larger image, so you don't have to go super slow and making sure you're getting every little nook and cranny. So it was a pretty easy coloring. So I'm just going to flip them around, and I'm going to color all of it in the light crumb cake. Just go around his eyeballs. I'm going to leave his eyes white. I did. You could definitely color them if you wanted to. I guess the hardest part is going around his little toes. And if you stamp it on like your crumb cake cardstock, you wouldn't have to color him because he was already colored. So I guess I could have done that and then not had to worry about coloring him. So kind of come up here and get his little ears. And that eye is kind of outside, so we don't really have to worry about him. So there we go. I know he's upside down. But then I came in with the dark, and I colored his tail again because I wanted his tail to be a little bit darker. And then I just went around all of the black lines because I did stamp it in mementos. And I just kind of traced around all of the lines just to kind of give them a nice shadow. I should have showed you the already done ones of me shadowing so you could see the difference that it does make. I actually think it makes a huge difference if you shadow him. Kind of just brings him to life. I'm just going to come up here and do this side of him. And then come down and do his little feet. There we go. Good evening, Mary. Welcome. Thanks for joining. Okay, so he is all colored in. Oh, you know what? You could go up and do underneath his eyes, but maybe we don't want to accentuate the wrinkles. Come down here and do a little bit on his little parts. There we go. So that is all you kind of really have to do. So now on my original card, I didn't use this little party hat, but I thought he was really cute. So I'm going to put a mini glue dot on the back. Put his little party hat on. Well, let's just do it on one ear. There we go. Flip them over. We're going to add some dimensionals. And I don't know if the mini one is going to be too big for the tip of the hat. Let's see. Nope, I think it'll be okay. So peel these guys off. And we can set this on her card. Okay, he is really cute. Now, I wanted to use our rhinestones because we do have gems that coordinate with the in colors, but I really wanted to use rhinestones because I like how shiny and shimmery and glimmery they are, but I really wanted them to be in the same color family. So I just brought in my dark blender pen and I'm going to color 3 of them. And it works really well. And then I can peel these off, and I'm just going to put 3 right up at the top. There we go. That is how quick and easy these cards are to put together. And I will put the sentiment on the inside, hope your birthday is wild. But I want to wait till I get the very vanilla so it all matches. So there you go. So I'm just going to everything else is cut and colored on the rest of them. I'm just going to quickly put them together so you guys can see how fun these different colors are. And just for time purposes, I probably will just use glue to glue these down. You could use really whatever. I just like sometimes to use the mini glue dots. Thank you, Jennifer. So I'm not 100% sure where I put all that glue, so I'm going to bring in my silicone mats just in case I got too much glue. I don't want to glue down to my surface. I'm just going to try to line this up as best as I can. There we go. While that dries for a quick second, I'm going to pull out my ribbon. Make sure I have enough ribbon. I actually think all of these colors are going to be so fun. If you had a birthday in April, you might be getting one of these in the mail because I am that much in love with these that I think I'm going to make a lot. I think I'm going to use up all of my designer series paper and make a load of these. So I can have them to put a smile on somebody's face. Gonna put the mini glue dots on the back. We'll wrap this around. That's a little too much, but that's okay. There we go. Starbucks is good. Nothing super interesting, lots of new yummy drinks, but yeah, I'm there for the medical insurance and to get out of the house for a little bit and interact with more than just my husband's, but it's fine. There's that, and then I already painted his little toenails. Isn't it cute? Grab a mini glue dots and pop him on. Let's flip it over, grab some dimensionals. One would think I'd put my dimensionals in the same spot when I got done using them so I wouldn't have to look every single time, but no. I was actually putting my magnetic sheets on my dies, and I found a pack of envelopes I was looking for, and I actually sent a picture to my neighbor, Christina, because I actually had to borrow some of them from her a couple days ago because I couldn't find the safe spot I put them. And I'm like, oh, there's the safe spot. We all have that safe spot. I have, I think, a million of them, and I can't ever remember where I put stuff. Okay, I'm just going to color the other three that we need as well. And you can let this dry and go over it a couple times to make them a little bit darker if you wanted to. So each swipe will get a little bit darker. Okay, so here is the parakeet party. It is almost done. I just think it definitely needs a little bit of bling off to the side. And I love that you can make your own match perfectly. Oh, I haven't been up to Flagstaff in a while. It's actually a little too cold for me right now. I always check the weather, and my husband is like, why do you always do that? I'm like, I don't know. I just like to check the weather. And it is definitely cold up there. Too cold for me. And it's supposed to be in the high 70s here for the next week, which is okay, but I am needing my 100+ degree weather. So there's lots. We'll go ahead and try to lift this up. I just don't want it to move because I know it definitely is not dry after 2.5 seconds. Yes, Flagstaff in the summer is amazing. We sometimes go camping up there in the summertime. Up in, it's right before you get to Flagstaff. I forget the name of it. Dogtown Lake. Not Dogtown Lake. That is a place we camp, but there's another place. So let's wrap the ribbon around. We actually haven't gone camping in forever. I think I've used the toy hauler more for retreats than we have for camping. Oh, speaking of retreats, I will be closing the spring retreat registration probably right about April 1st, just so I can start prepping and getting everything ready for it. So if you're on the fence, you're not quite sure if you want to come, it is definitely a great time. My husband does all of the cooking for us, so you eat really well. And you can craft for 4 full days. And any of my products that I have, you're welcome to use. That is one of the perks of coming to a retreat. No, it's not Lake Mary. I'll have to think of the name of it. I know it's right on, I can literally see it as we're driving down the freeway, but for some reason it is not wanting to come to me. Oh, we forgot the little bow on this guy. Let's peel these off. Put that there. Just put a little mini one up here just to hold, make sure that gets held down. Sticking to everything but what I want it to. Okay, I am not sure which color is my favorite. But I love how bright and cheery these are. This would be a cute one for, I'm sorry you're not feeling good. It would definitely put a smile on somebody's face. Okay, so let's put the bows on. There's that. And then our last bow. Thank you. I wish I could say that I designed all of this, but when Stampin' Up! Gives us the amazing paper and the amazing stamp set, it is pretty easy to come up with some pretty cute things. So there you go. There are all 4 of them. So we have most of our ink colors. We have Tahitian Tide, Paprika Party. This one is Sweet Sorbet, and this one is Polished Pink. So there's our 4 colors for tonight. Super fun, super cute, and definitely a little bit different. So hopefully you guys enjoyed tonight's live. I do have card class on Saturday, so if you are available, I have a couple spots left. So if anybody's interested, definitely send me a message. And if you need any help purchasing any of the product that I used tonight, definitely reach out. You can send me a text message, an email, or you can even old-fashioned call me. I will answer. But if you don't need anything, I will see many of you guys on Saturday, and if not, the rest on Tuesday for another fun live. We'll chat with you soon. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.